So this mini lesson is about attention getters. As you can see here in this person's introduction paragraph, we have some really good information. So I start off by reading it. People may not take depression seriously, but depression is a very common mental disorder. To me, this is a little vague, right? It is very common. Like, as a reader, I would guess most readers already know that. So it doesn't quite fall under the shocking or startling statistic kind of category of attention getters, and it's not super interesting. This next line, more than 264 million people of all ages suffer from depression worldwide. Now that's a shocking statistic. And then we've got like a nice piece of information. Anyway, we're just focused on the attention getter part. So my suggestion for this person would be one of two things. One, you could start with this statistic. Or two, let's get rid of this because I do think most people take depression seriously. And on top of that, it doesn't really give us any new information. So I would delete that. And then I would maybe paint the picture of what it feels like. Like, imagine being unable to enjoy your favorite things. And then I would think of specific favorite things. I love my mom's meatloaf. Playing soccer with your friends, because yes, I play soccer with my friends. Spending time with your family. So I thought of three things because that's kind of like a unwritten rule where if you give three examples and they're all kind of different, right? It's great to illustrate things, and it's not too much, it's not too little. So after that, I would want to follow up by tying it in. So imagine being unable to enjoy your favorite things, your mom's meatloaf, playing soccer with your friends, spending time with your family, and not because you have a physical illness, but because mentally you just aren't, I don't know, feeling your best self, aren't who you used to be, aren't in a healthy state. And then more than two, right? So this is more common than most people realize. And then I connected it to this next thought. Right, so that's a sample of an attention getter. We do say avoid the rhetorical questions because most of the time I read that and it's not really a rhetorical question, number one. And number two, it's just kind of annoying. Like, don't you ever get depressed? And it's like, yes, what's the point of this question? Or no, so this doesn't apply to me, right? It's not really a rhetorical question. And that's kind of something we taught you freshman year as a quick fix for an attention getter. But now that we're sophomores, we're going to explore a bunch of different techniques like the list that I gave you, and we'll attach below this attention getter mini lesson that are more exciting for your audience and will make your readers more interested in what it is you're going to tell them. Because once I read this, I'm like, oh, that's relatable. And then, oh my God, look how common it is. Like, you probably know somebody. Maybe I would even include that here. Like, chances are you probably know somebody who blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go ahead and bold this so the person whose essay this is can notice that I made a change for them. But I'll include the link to other attention getter ideas below this. And just remember, if it's not interesting to you, it's probably not interesting to most people. You want to give us an imaginary thing or set up a scenario or start with, like this statistic right here, we could have started with that too. Like a second, if I wanted to give you one more example, a second example, instead of doing what I did here, this imagine blah, blah, blah situation, I could say, while it seems like a topic many people don't take seriously, seriously, more than, what is it, 264 million people of all ages suffer from depression worldwide. Chances are we or people we care about, we or people we care about, are affected by depression. Right? This could be another attention getter idea. So, kind of going back to this person's original one, not everyone takes it seriously, but including this statistic in it. Or if we're like, people do take it seriously, you could just start with that right there. I will say this needs to be cited. So I'm going to add a little comment that says cite because that's really important. So no matter which one this person uses, cite. Remember, like, where does it? It's shocking, but is it true? You can find shocking statistics about just about anything online, and that doesn't mean that it's true. So, anyway, I want to make sure it's a reliable source and that I can get to it if I want to check that. So, more ideas to come. Thanks for listening.